Across Bath, Chippenham and Melksham, this is Radio Bath.
And it's a very good afternoon to you. You're listening to Robbie Dixon here on Radio Bath on this Tuesday lunchtime. It's just 13 minutes after the hour. And I'm delighted to have a guest in the studio with me today, Martin Clist from Corsham Printing. Good afternoon again, Martin. Great to have you with me.
Thanks, Robbie. Good to be here.
Now, Martin, we're going to talk all things business, particularly in your business. Perhaps you could start by giving us a little bit of background of the business that you do, how you got involved and how long it's been running.
Yes, I've been in print all my life, Robbie, to be honest with you. Since I left school, I was lucky to go into 5 years of an apprenticeship in print, and I've basically worked my way up through the ladder and through the companies and ended up working for Corsham Print, which is a smaller company but much more enjoyable, dealing with the general public every day.
Yeah, so it's a very personal business and very, presumably you're providing a very personal service and almost like a family-run business, Martin, is that it?
Yes, it is. I was I had an interview with Chris Parry and David Kumari, the two directors, and was taken straight away as being a company that cared for the community, and we do a lot with charities, and we also have to run a business, but we enjoy working with local businesses, startups, and people, seeing them grow through the years, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So as a small business owner myself, you would be the ideal person to come to when to get involved, help me get involved with printing and advertising. And is it websites you do as well, Martin?
Yeah, we started out just doing general print, and as time's gone by, people want to come and have a one-stop shop, really, so we can help people start up from websites, signage, exhibition graphics and pull up banners, down to general business cards and stationery, so the whole compass of print really and design.
Yeah. And have you found, Martin, over the years, how has the computer world and technology impacted on your business? Because obviously small business owners have got the facility to do it themselves if they want to these days.
Yeah, it's had an impact, but obviously we've kept up with the technology, as well as litho printing. We offer a small run digital printing, which is probably more economic than actually doing lots of printing yourself. So it's an option for small runs. So it's the best way to go, really. So.
Yeah. And again, thinking about the pandemic, again, how has that changed your business?
It was obviously very difficult because we do a lot of places for events and shows and exhibitions, and all that was gone in a short space of time when we were very busy. It's been new markets. We've been doing floor stickers and things, related to the pandemic to cover the loss we've had, but that's thankfully the events and the shows are all starting to come back, and the customers are coming back again now. So we survived without making anyone redundant or anything like that. So we're still going, which is a good thing in a pandemic.
Yeah, well, and again, probably like a lot of businesses, Martin, have you found ways of streamlining, better methods of working, for example?
Yeah, we probably have. We've had to work on shifts as well to have people separated to keep the business going through the time as well. So we've probably become more efficient, even though we've had a pandemic. I'd like to think so anyway. Customers might tell you. I don't know. As long as they don't ring in and ask, it'll be all right.
Well, I know, speaking on a personal level, running a small family business or helping to run a small family business, it really did make us look very closely at our processes, I suppose, the best word I can use. And we've streamlined them, to the nth degree, and have certainly made sure that everything's a lot smoother, a lot slicker. Now, the other question I wanted to ask you, Martin, does everyone expect you to be a master of social marketing these days?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't employ someone now, which a lot of companies do employ, me and Jordan, our design expert, is also always doing LinkedIn and social media posts. We need to keep in, people read it all the time now. I do a lot of Twitter, which is where I see and talk to people through Radio Bath and things like that. But I don't think I'm an expert, but you do get a lot of views when you're on social media nowadays. It's very important, I think. It's the kind of thing you need to look at, I think, for a small business.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure that it is definitely, the way to go for marketing rather than print. Is that what you would say? Or do you think that there's still a platform there, Martin, for them
Yeah.
to go to be hand in hand?
I think there is definitely a platform. I think some people got a little bit fed up with the digital age of everything being on emails and things like that, and people are looking at getting something through their letterbox. We're doing lots and lots of mail shots, making people aware that businesses are up and running and what they provide. It seems to be a thing of the past. It's come back and become very popular again.
Yeah, and again, on a personal level, if something comes through my letterbox, obviously there's a lot of local handymen, for example, are the ones that you often get a flyer for. And I've got a little sort of pin in my kitchen. I think, oh yeah, well I'll hang on to that because I never know when I might need a plumber or an electrician or whatever. But they tend to be using the print method, don't they? Those sort of people.
Yeah, most definitely. We also print a lot of local magazines, which have lots of adverts in for small businesses and, like you said, handymen and people like that. I think it's one of those things you keep on your desk or, like you said, on your board, a flyer, just a bit of information. Sometimes you just can't be bothered to look it up on your emails, can you, and go through all your whatever you've lost and what you found. But,
yeah, and I think it's yesterday we were talking about National Book Day yesterday, Martin, and I'm still one of those people that I like having a book and I like flicking through. So in the same way, I mean, do you do things like back in the day there was Denton's Directory? Do you remember Denton's Directory?
Yeah, I used to actually print Denton's Directory back in the day, and it's still actually going. It's a smaller version of it, but it is still going. I mean, we found a lot of people are actually self-publishing at the moment. They've been in lockdown, they've written their own books. They've written books about local sites like Corsham in Bath, and I'm actually working with someone doing work about a church in Bath at the moment. So, and then we're printing them in hardback or paperback versions, and they're very, very popular amongst local people.
Yeah. Well, again, it sits on the coffee table or in the kitchen, and it's just one of those references, quick references often, rather than, Mr. Google.
Yeah, I think people still I used to work for the Bath Press for many years, which was where I learnt about case making and hard copy books. And I've still got a house full of books. My wife always reads a book. I think people like reading books still, and they certainly sell. People certainly buy them. You can still look. People are saying print was dead a few years ago, but there's still a lot of printers around, still keeping busy. So.
Yeah. No, well, that's good. Martin, we're going to take a break for some music. You've chosen a particular track today, which is going to come up next, so maybe you'd like to introduce it for us.
Yeah, this is Dignity by Deacon Blue. It's a personal favourite of mine and my wife.
And it's a really good track. So here we have Dignity by Deacon Blue. The brilliant Dignity and Deacon Blue, the choice of my guest today here on Radio Bath, Martin Clist from Corsham Print. And we were just chatting whilst that track was playing out. It's got a very special place in Martin's heart. And maybe you'd like to share that with us, Martin.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a softie because many years ago, me and my future wife, who's still my wife, thankfully, went to see Deacon Blue at the Moles Club in Bath, and before they'd actually ever brought any records out. And we followed them around a few times since, and it's still one of my favourite songs. So.
And I was just saying to you that one of our other presenters here on Radio Bath, Nick Day, who does the morning show, is a massive Deacon Blue fan and plays that track out on a regular basis on a Thursday or Friday morning here on Radio Bath, which is really lovely. And so we love it. We're fans of Deacon Blue too. So, Martin, we were just, again, chatting while we were off air about you've been in business 40 years. And what changes have you found in that time?
Yeah, it's quite scary to think I've been in business that long. It makes me sound a bit old. I don't feel that old. But,
you don't look old.
No, thank you. They can't see me on the radio, unfortunately, so it's good. No, 40 years ago, print has changed so much. The litho, a lot of it's been replaced by the digital technology, which is great, good print, good quality. And the level of staffing has changed. I mean, it's hard to get qualified people, so we've got an experienced team at Corsham Print who we've built over the years who all know what they're doing. And one of the biggest changes, I would say, is when I first started, the ladies were all assistants and did women's work as it was back in those days. And now one of our top printers is a lady, our graphic design is a lady, and most of the women run local businesses now, are a lot of our customers. So it's really changed. The base has changed, and what we do has changed, and it's changed for the good, to be honest with you. It's good to have it like that.
Yeah, so a lot more women in charge, a lot more women in control, and have become expert at what they do.
Yeah, most definitely. There's no difference anymore. I remember I had a few years in, I did have a lady boss, and she was fantastic, and it changed. Things have changed, and they've still changing, thankfully, so it's a good thing.
It's on the up. The whole printing, social website, there's still a massive market for it out there.
Yeah, there seems to be. I mean, I'm hoping it'll see me through for another few years to keep me going, and I do feel responsible to keep the younger people in a job as well, so we still need to keep pushing forward, and the websites is just another string to help with, you know, a small business who needs a website now, just even a landing page for people to go to.
Yeah, well, as you say, every small business, they've got to have that as part of their whole makeup now, because people want to be able to access information and access it quickly as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're just doing a website for a new restaurant that's opening in Bristol, and I said it's so important. It's all done on their website now. They still have the traditional print, the menus, the signage, but people generally, if you're going somewhere, will look on the website first. It's your first visit, isn't it, to see what's on the menu, and to book your table and things like that. So, and
getting back to the small store, you very much offer a personal service. If I, as a small business, wanted to create a website, do I physically come and see you in your office? Is that how it works? Yeah, I mean, we start off with a basic what you want, and we put something together, but now everyone's allowed back in safely in the office, and we'd like to discuss and show options and ideas. It's basically working to grow. It's nothing better than seeing one of our small businesses grow and become successful, because we grow together. Yeah. And can you lots of help and advice on that with website and material and word things, all of that, presumably, Martin? Yeah, it does help to come in and have a sample of paper or material and have a look at books and things we've done for other people, because you generally find you've got a lot of ideas, need a bit of guidance and a little bit of help point you in the right direction, to be honest. Yeah, no, that's great. Now, speaking of, having a bit more time to yourself, Martin, what do you like to do in your spare time? Well, I like to watch football. I watch Bath City on a Saturday if I can, and when I get a bit of time, me and my wife have days out. Now we can again, thankfully. And my time, I like to get out on the golf course and if I can, but I'm not sure if I'm getting any better. But the time will tell. But, well, that's one of those, and I think actually Cynthia, who would normally be here, I think she started recently as well. So maybe the two of you on the golf course, and I don't know, depending on that, might have to give her points, or she might have to give you points. Yeah, probably be giving me points. I'm not the greatest at it yet, but I'm keeping. But I also, in the last couple of years, I've Tree Club, which has been a good thing to do as well. So I'm just going in town at Christmas and collecting for the local charities, and organised the Bath Festival of Motoring as well, which takes quite a lot of enjoyable thing to do, to be honest with you. Sadly, it was cancelled. They're trying to bring it back again. Yeah, and again, that's important to do, is putting something back, isn't it? It feels good, putting something back into the community. That's what the ethos is at Radio Bath. That's what we try to do, and try to keep the community informed. But yes, well, good luck with the golfing, and thank you for coming and joining us today here at Radio Bath this lunchtime, Martin, and good luck with all your business, and long may it last, onwards and upwards, as they say. Thanks, Robbie. I've enjoyed